20 years in our state, and our state's building care and education community, and a key partner in advancing the well-being of Wisconsin's kids and families. And just this last year, I visited well over 50 child care providers in communities across the state, from Eau Claire and Oshkosh to Rhinelander, Fitchburg, and lots of other places in the state. And thanks to the work that we've done together to lift up your stories and to emphasize just how important the child care industry is to our economy and to our state. And guess what? People are listening. Everywhere I go, whether I'm talking to business leaders, parents, or workers in industries from healthcare to manufacturing, education, I hear from folks about how important child care is to them, to their workers, to their families, and their communities. And as most of you know, I spent the last year talking about the state's booming child care crisis and the work we have to do together to ensure that we do the necessary and urgent investments to stabilize this critical part of our state. Folks, there's no working around this. Families need access to quality, affordable care, and it affects our state's workforce in every corner of Wisconsin. But today, we know 54% of Wisconsinites live in a child care desert, where there are few or no high-quality options for child care in their neighborhood. And even if there is care nearby, it still might not be affordable for a working family. I talk to providers all across the state, probably many of you in this room, so I know that they are doing everything they can to cut costs. But they've got to pay staff, they've got to keep the lights on, and they've got to feed their own families. Last month, I was proud to sign a bill that expands our state's child and dependent care tax credit and reduce the burden on families struggling with high costs of child care. These changes will help. They will help our hard-working parents afford the cost of care, giving parents some breathing room in their household budgets, and ensuring folks can remain in our state's already strapped workforce. Well, I'm grateful for this effort, finally receiving bipartisan support. I want to be exceedingly clear that Wisconsin needs urgent, long-term investments to reduce out-of-pocket child care costs for working families, while making sure child care providers can keep their doors open and lights on. Chief among my priorities to do that is to fund child care council permanently. And I don't have to tell all of you that the Child Care Council program has been incredibly successful, helping support more than 4,700 providers across the state of Wisconsin. This has ensured more than 50,000 child care professionals that have remained and become employed, enabling providers to continue to provide high-quality care to nearly 290,000 kids. That's huge. I propose making child care accounts permanent using our state's historic surplus in my last budget proposal. And then once again, when I called the legislature in a special session last year, and when it became clear that Republican lawmakers weren't going to do the right thing and continue this critical program, I directed $170 million in emergency stopgap funding to continue child care costs through June 2020. As you know, that's just keeping our child care afloat as long as we can. Again, we have to be clear, it is not enough. In January, I put Republican legislators on notice that they're on the clock to make meaningful investments necessary to prevent the collapse of an industry that's essential for maintaining our current levels of workforce participation. And I will work with anyone who's willing to work across the aisle to find a long-term solution to our state's looming child care crisis. We have to get this done, as simple as that. And thanks to the new fair and responsive legislative maps that I signed into law even more hope to move the needle on this issue in our state once and for all. We couldn't do this important work without partners like all of you here today. The work you do to support our kids and families is critical not only to our kids' success, but to our state and our economy's success. So once again, thanks so much for all the work you're doing for kids and families, and thanks for having me here today. We're headed in the right direction, folks, and we'll get this done. We'll do it together, so thank you.